Now we come to the most eagerly anticipated part. In 2001, we asked a simple question. Who are the most influential management thinkers in the world? And who among them is number one?
The Thinkers 50 ranking has been answering those questions every 2 years since. So, in reverse order, in the Thinkers 50 2021 ranking, the top 10 management thinkers in the world are: at number 10 is Linda Hill from Harvard Business School.
At number 9 is someone we saw earlier, Dan Pink, author of When, The Scientific Secrets of Perfect Timing, and a string of other best-selling books, and the forthcoming The Power of Regret.
At 8 is Whitney Johnson, author of Dare, Dream, Do, Disrupt Yourself, and the forthcoming Smart Growth.
At 7, Scott Anthony, author of Dual Transformation and winner of the 2017 Innovation Award and co-author of Eat, Sleep, Innovate.
At 6 is Adam Grant from the Wharton School at the University of Pennsylvania, and author of the best-selling books Think Again, The Originals, and Give and Take.
Those are tough acts to follow. Now we move on to the top 5. Number 5 in the 2021 Thinkers 50 ranking is Roger Martin, who topped the ranking in 2017 and has won 2 Thinkers 50 awards.
At number 4 are Alex Osterwalder and Yves, the originators of the strategy canvases and previous winners of the Strategy Award, and the authors of The Invincible Company.
In the number 3 slot are the INSEAD authors of the bestsellers Blue Ocean Strategy and Blue Ocean Shift, and their forthcoming book on non-disruptive creation, W. Chan Kim and Renée Mauborgne.
And at number 2 is Rita McGrath from Columbia Business School, the author of Seeing Around Corners and the End of Competitive Advantage, and winner of the 2013 Thinkers 50 Strategy Award. So that brings us to the number 1. The number 1 thinker in the 2021 Thinkers 50 ranking. The most influential management thinker in the world is the Harvard Business School professor and author of The Fearless Organization and 2-time Thinkers 50 Award winner, Amy Edmondson.
Amy, many congratulations. Number 1 management thinker. How does that feel?
Megan, I am completely and utterly speechless. I suppose I should have had some inkling when I was put into this little breakout room here, but I'm flabbergasted. And as I look at the list that was just read, I'm concerned, honestly. There is just no way I should be number 1 ahead of that stunning list of 9 that were just named. Let me just say thank you. Thank you, Des. Thank you, Stuart, so very much. I guess that this is simply an idea, psychological safety in particular, teaming, fearlessness, whose idea has come and come again and again and again. And here we are. I have been thinking that the pandemic changes everything, or at least it wakes us up to the opportunity to change everything. I have a feeling we're just beginning to glimpse the radical transformation that lies ahead for management, for organizations, for workplaces, and therefore for management thinkers. It's not going to be enough anymore to say, here's how to lead and run a good organization, an innovative organization. We're going to have to be called to account for the good and the harm that our organizations do. And this is going to be messy and complicated and maybe exciting. And let's hope we're up for it. I know I am, and I can't wait to work with all of you to make the future happen. So thank you.
Amy, that's brilliant. I mean, in the work that I've been doing, the term psychological safety over the last few years, oh my goodness, it's been like a train that's come, and now literally every organisation I am encountering knows about psychological safety and is talking about psychological safety. So just the power in terms of that, your work here in changing narrative inside organisations is so important. And as you say, you know, it's the time is absolutely right for this to be talked about far more. I mean, how have you experienced that increase in interest in psychological safety?
I experience it with truly great humility, because this was a little accidental piece of research that grew into then many other pieces of research. The accident was years ago. And what I experienced is that this is a virtuous cycle, right? I wrote some papers, some people read them. More importantly, people started to use the measure, and then organizations and then researchers like you, Megan, and the organizations like the Thinkers50 sort of pick it up, and then people just start listening and paying attention and seeing what that might mean for them. So this is not, I repeat, not a one-woman show. This is a sort of drop a little seed in some fertile soil and see what grows. And so I'm very grateful to all of those gardeners and farmers out there, including all the present company.
And in terms of the next few years on psychological safety, just before we come to, because I want to ask you about teaming just a little bit as well, but in terms of psychological safety, what are the biggest challenges that you think we'll be grappling with? What will you be looking at in that field and trying to work with?
I mean, the biggest challenge is that it's very hard to feel psychologically safe. It's very hard to create psychological safety in risky environments. And we face risky environments on all levels, interpersonally, demographically, from a climate perspective, right? So there's a paradox we have to learn how to navigate better, which is how do we bring our full selves forward when parts of ourselves might in fact not be welcome by others? How do we change the conversation so that we are less likely to expect that things should be easy, and more likely to be willing to do the hard work of swimming upstream against human nature, against social forces, against greed and corruption and the many challenges that we collectively face. So this is hard work. It's going to be collaborative work. Got to roll up our sleeves, accept many failures along the way, and just hope we're good for it.
And Amy, just in terms of, I know you've been doing a lot of work with teaming. So where do you see your work over the next year or two? What's really grabbing your attention?
You know, I've been working with many of my colleagues in the city, the Bloomberg Harvard City Leadership Initiative. We're working with teams, sometimes led by mayors or connected to City Hall, working on the really toughest problems out there, problems of poverty, problems of racism, problems of education, homelessness, and the environment as well. And what's interesting about these teams is that they're fluid, they're dynamic, they're cross-sector. They are composed of people who are very busy with many responsibilities, many priorities, and so this is one of the research streams that I'm involved with. But when I think about teaming today, I think about the opportunity to solve really hard problems, and you know, in a sort of a microcosm, that was the Chilean mine rescue. People cross-sector, dynamic configurations of people working together to innovate in a very focused way over a 70-day period. This is much longer, much more of an endurance test than even that was. But this is how do we team up across boundaries in constantly changing configurations to get really hard things done?
Yeah, I mean, that is probably one of the most important questions that many of the Thinkers 50 are going to put their minds to, I think, over the next few years. That's absolutely fantastic. Amy, all our very many warm congratulations on such a brilliant achievement. Well done.
Congratulations, Amy. Go without fear and create fearless organisations.
Yes, congratulations. Fully deserved.
Thank
Well
you.
done.
So congratulations to Amy Edmondson and to all of the award winners tonight.